thought I was out here alone. Well, you've found me enjoying a quiet place. This is Colmor, New Mexico. I tried to narrate this on the spot, but the wind was too strong, as it has been since the snow last fell. I can't easily eliminate the wind noise. My IMAX movie crew couldn't make it that day. But this movie is free for both of us, so all I can do is apologize for the harshness of the wind noise. Who is that holding the camera anyway? Let's go in. It's only a matter of time before houses like this fall to the earth again. And I like to see what they look like. And I'll bet so do you. So I look for keep out signs, of which there are none. And you gotta be really careful on stuff like this. Step where the nails are. If you don't, that could happen. Gwen and I were on our way down to Route 66 in New Mexico when we first spotted the school of Colmore in the distance, looking eastward from southbound I-25. What was left of the two-story structure stood proud above the prairie. I looked at our position on the GPS and saw its name. We would return that way to visit it if we had time. It would turn out to be the best ghost town treasure of our entire trip. Really gotta be careful. Colmore is named after the two counties it straddles, Colfax and Mora. From what little I can find on its history, Colmore is destined to be forgotten. Even the mighty Wikipedia has no entry for it. You can't see where they are. Let's get off this porch. And just think, somebody lived here. I know I say it all the time, but this is the respect I have for places like this. Is that somebody put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. And for somebody, it was their sole existence. This is where they came home to at night after work, hoping to find some peace. It was supposedly founded in 1887, most likely as a water stop for the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad. As trains were replaced by diesels, fewer of them stopped in towns like this one. The tracks are still there, though, and an Amtrak train blew its horns as it flew by us. Now, this town isn't on Route 66, but it has something in common. Colmore is on Highway 85, which was replaced in 1957 by I-25, a short distance to the west. Colmore may have had as many as 450 people at some point. Many towns that we call ghost towns suffered similar fates, not simply because of a bypass or a railroad decision, but also because the entire nation was going through the Great Depression and the effects of the Dust Bowl in the 1930s. The money just wasn't there. Now, like most small towns without a college, any family with enough money to send their children to school has to send them away. When they finish college, they see no reason to try and make it in a dying town. Their options would have been ranching, working for the railroad, working for the service station, or working for the school. By the 1970s, Colmore was a ghost town. Cows have been here.
Ooh!
It's a bird. Startling bird. Here, I'll pop it in there. It does say standard, I hope.
Another bird's gonna fly out. It's a really low ceiling.
The door is closed. There's probably a nest up in here too. Or a dozen. Closet. Yeah, this house isn't long for existence.
It's that same teal and white color.
Yes, everybody loved teal. 40s and 50s. Somebody really put their pride in this house once upon a time, and their money. You've got floor tiles over the floor, wainscoting of a couple different varieties. Despite the birds, it's held up pretty well. Got a mud room. Neighbor's house. Back room. Notice the mud for insulation in the walls. That couch looks a little new for the 50s. I think it was a dumping ground. This house is losing its roof. Look at the bricks. They were made out of mud. And they're holding this place up. So something I find interesting is that twice now I've seen a car start to enter the ghost town here, and then they saw our car. The first one disappeared. The second one made it all the way to our car, and then it turned around and disappeared. So that makes me wonder, are they people checking out the ghost town like we are? Or are they kids here to paint some more markers? Tags. And here's the thing, people. These ghost towns we visit, I take nothing but photos and video, and we leave nothing but our footprints. I don't care if there's a bar of gold sticking out of the ground, it's gonna stay there, because that's who we are. Going again.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Ooh, a body. Kidding. How do we get over there?
There's a road, so I'm going to guess this loops around to it.
Don't know about those stairs.
What stairs?
Here, you take it.
Just a second. It didn't stop somebody else. I see tags inside.
Some pretty big sized boops.
Oh, this is the shot I want right here. The front porch, what's left of it. Nice. I love having a ghost town to myself. Come on out, ghosts. Come play. Yeah. Not too concerned about the ghosts. This is the ghost. When they say ghost town, they mean this. It doesn't mean ghosts have been spotted here or you're bound to see ghosts. It means that what's left of the town are the ghosts we're looking at right now. The ghosts of other people's past lives. Very cool.
There you go.
I'm gonna have you hand it to me after I step up here.
Nope, don't do that.
Even that's shaky.
That might be
Looks
wet.
like I'm jumping up. Yeah.
Still recording.
So one of the internet reports was that there was a rancher still living here, kind of caretaking for the place. Which house? Not this one. This one's most likely to have. Maybe. Not in a very long time. So recently the floor was livable, like, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago. Somebody had a shotgun in here. I'm spanning past all the stupid tags. This house had recent wallpaper and paint. And it's tagged up the most. Which I'm not going to show you the tags if I can help it. Mice everywhere. Don't take any deep breaths. Stepping on the sides of the stairs as much as possible. Somebody broke it open looking for anything stashed away in the eaves. Yeah. This is treasure hunters, people. This didn't happen with birds. This happened with kids kicking it in. You can tell, trying to kick it in. Because they were convinced that there'd be something stashed in the eaves. Yeah, maybe there was, but I doubt it. People that lived in towns like this weren't known for their riches. They were ranchers. They got paid dollars a day. Even if you did find a treasure trove of money in the wall, it might be $50. So this was probably the last house to lose its windows, because this floor is in pretty decent shape. But, you know, it was kicked in, people throwing stuff around. There's the shotgun shell that blew the hole in the wall. So we got a cattle loading area over there at the edge of town. That might be for putting the cattle on the train. That's very important, because that tells us how these people made their living, mostly raising cattle. Probably in these fields right here that are fenced. And maybe somebody still uses that cattle loader. Or it's just held up really well. Look, here's a homeless person now. So you have a shed and you have an outhouse, and I'm guessing it's in pretty good shape.
Yep, it's still got a toilet.
So this was what the person used who lived in that house. Probably up until a few years ago. Yep. That's actually in pretty decent shape. And you got the idiot with the shotgun blowing holes in everything. Folks, I can't stress this enough. Teach your kids respect for other people's places and things, and respect for history. How would they like it if one of us came with shotguns and blew holes in their bedroom? They don't think of things like that. They just think, who cares? It's an old place. We need something to do. All right, I'll get off the soapbox now. I need a photo of that thing over there. Yeah, that thing. The school burned down at some point, and was even cleaned up down to the concrete at some point. Also, in more recent times, miscreants with no respect for history or property have blessed the walls with their artwork. Yes, I'll call it artwork in this one instance. It's somewhat amazing. Someone else took a shotgun to the place, though, too, and messed up some of the artwork. Architecture. This was a functioning school in the 50s, with a roof on it, windows, all of it. A functioning school. 70 years later. I think of the 50s as being not that long ago. But yeah, 70 years later, this is what's left. Gotta hand it to the kid with the castle, though. We'll see that in a second. Well, senior artist, the tumbleweeds are burying even your work. But I'll give you credit for this. Of course, somebody shot it with a shotgun just to add to the art. End of the trail. Yeah, this I agree with. I agree with what he wrote. The bones of classic America. And there's this artwork right there. I read somewhere that a rancher was watching over the place recently, but exactly when I can't say. Take a look at the last house we visit, and you tell me when they left. I'm guessing it's in the last 30 years. Gwen and I will go into buildings if they are left to the elements and are lacking any prohibitive signage. However, we take nothing but photos, and we leave nothing but footprints. I hope you enjoy exploring with us, especially Colmore, a now quiet place in New Mexico. What's interesting is the stone fence and the trees all the way around this school. They took great pride in this school because these trees don't naturally grow here. They were brought in and they were watered and cared for. So if you picture these trees as full of leaves, full of life, the grass mowed neatly into a lawn, and a big 2-story school here. I would have been proud to go to school here. You got a storm door and a moderately modern lawnmower. Bricks of the chimney are in fairly good shape. Hen house. Well, it may have kept people out once, but it's standing wide open now. Anybody home? Okay, well, somebody was definitely living in here recently. Well, recent being a relative term. Still has the toaster, buffet range. Pots and pans. Working gas stove. Catholic photo? Well, guessing Catholic anyway. I don't know that Jesus had a Bible. Or that he was bald. Maybe it's not Jesus. Who knows? One of these days I'm going to open up a cabinet and find a rat staring at me. Yeah, they didn't leave much behind. An old boot. A beauty rest mattress. Yeah, none of this is very old. Okay, now we're finally to the stage where somebody lived here recently. Rest assured they don't live here now with every window broken. They tried to stop it. They put wire mesh over the windows, but that didn't stop. Doesn't stop vandals. And when they moved out, they left everything. Oh, they actually had nice floors underneath the linoleum. Sometimes you get tired of moving. Let's go in. Who's gonna care, right? Leave it all behind. Here's something sad. Books. Jaws 2, Conan. Another Conan. If it wasn't for hantavirus, I'd probably take some of these and read them, except I don't take things, remember? Had you there for a second. Edgar Rice Burroughs. Somebody had some good books to read. Front porch. Back porch. This always gets me, folks. They left the teddy bear. Maybe the kid didn't want a teddy bear with an eyeball missing. Probably had a bunk bed. There's half of it. I mean, part of it. I get the idea it's not the Labyrinth movie. But how about that one? Return of the King. Somebody left behind some really good books, and that's really sad. Look, it has an upstairs. And I'm not really even curious to go up there. You ever wonder if the people who left these houses ever come back just to look at them again? Considering the books that are left on that floor, and they're still readable, I really doubt that they've ever been back here or ever want to see it again. Check this out. Clothesline still attached. I really want to know, how long ago was it when clothes were hanging on this clothesline? This right here, this has got to get a photo too. Nothing like an old rickety fence in the great grasslands. My friends, the Lord is really trying to test me today. I'm being cute, but let me show you something I found here. It's very tempting to pick up and take. Look at that wrench. Close, but they say the Lord will never tempt you beyond what you are able. That is an 11mm wrench. Now if it were a 10mm wrench, I could not resist that temptation. I thought Gwen said she found a body.
Found a bunny.
She found a bunny. Hi, bunny. Yeah, he'll run away. Hi, buddy. Of course, the GoPro makes it look like we're farther away than we are, but we're not. Hi, little bun bun. He probably doesn't even know we humans are dangerous, because we two aren't. Hi! But I want video of these vehicles, too. Good, he's gonna hide underneath. Ooh, anybody want a Chevy 350? There's a nice Chevy 350 for you.
Yeah.
I don't know about nice, but it's a Chevy 350. Thinking, oh, it's a Torino, a Ford Torino. And the seats were probably sold. Okay, we've got a few more places and they're across the tracks. So we'll drive. That obviously is derelict. I'd like to see it, but I won't because I respect people's property. And being that it's fenced off means they don't want me over there, so I'm not going over there. I can only hope that the person who owns all this once lived here and went to school there at Colmor, another quiet place now. toe jam, what's going on behind you, buddy? That's not looking too happy. We crossed the Colorado border and we dropped from 55 to 26 degrees.